A strength a day, be your best every day. Hi, I'm Adimus, founder and director of Strength Optimizer. I aim to help you develop and amplify your strengths so that you can be your best selves and enable greatness in others. Have you ever wondered why you do what you do, why you like certain things, and why you're better at some things than others? And there is a reason. The reason is your strengths. Your strengths are your natural talents, which are developed through years of intentional practice. When you're using your strengths, you're performing at your best. You also feel competent, engaged, energized, and authentic. In this CliftonStrengths series, you will meet 34 individuals with different kinds of backgrounds, professions, and all walks of life. But they all share a common theme. That is, they have been actively and intentionally using their strengths to achieve success, enhance well-being, and enable greatness in others. And here are their CliftonStrengths stories. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Adimus, and I'm the founder and director of Strengths Optimizer. Thank you for watching Strength Optimizer, the CliftonStrengths series. Today, we have Andrew Boxsell joining us. Andrew is the Health, Physical Education and Wellbeing Coordinator at the Loreto Nedlands Primary School in Perth. So thank you for joining us, Andrew, all the way from Perth.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's a pleasure.
How's the weather looks like right now in Perth? Sunny? Good?
Oh, yeah, it's sunshine, 34 degrees outside, so it's pretty hot. Yeah, it's a perfect day, really.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so once again, thank you for taking the time to share with us one of your top Clifton strengths. So maybe as a start, Andrew, you can tell us a little bit more about your work as the Wellbeing Coordinator and a PE Coordinator at the Loreto Nedlands Primary School.
All right. I started there about 12 years ago between teaching PE, phys ed mainly between two schools, and then about 5 years ago, I said to my principal, I want to do a bit more. There's more to this schooling than what I'm doing at the moment. And we talked about student wellbeing at that point. And I think in WA, it was probably starting to come across the border a bit more from over east. And at that stage, I did the graduate certificate through the Uni of Melbourne in positive education. So I did some training through that and took on the role of wellbeing coordinator at the school. Still teaching physical education and taking on health as well, and then becoming full-time at the school through that. And developing a whole school. We called it a policy initially, but now we're calling it our approach to student wellbeing, but also to whole school wellbeing for staff and hopefully for our wider community as it grows and develops over time. So that's what I take care of at our school. Yeah.
Excellent. Sounds like you are a man with a vision, not just only focusing on the school, but beyond the school, bringing it into the whole community as well.
Yeah. I think for it to truly be ingrained in the life of the students, it needs to come from the teachers and the parents and everyone else as well. It can't just be, here you go, here's how to be flourishing for you as a child, but it's not supported elsewhere. It has to be everywhere.
That's right. Couldn't have agreed that more, because we all know that the child is closely connected with the family, and then with the broader community, and then to the broader society. So all these do interconnected and intertwine with one another.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you can, even when you see some of the strengths that the students show in class and at recess and play, you can often see the same strengths in their parents as well. So it's almost as if there's a bit of nature and nurture there for them.
Yeah, so a little bit of genetic predisposition there in terms of strengths.
It could be a study for us to do there, I think.
PhD for you, maybe, since now you finished your math. So how long have you been in the well-being coordinator role? Is it about 2 or 3 years you mentioned?
Yeah, probably coming up to 3 now, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you love about what you do right now?
Everything. I get asked this a lot. I just genuinely love my job. I like the fact that we're creating something, and I've tried to steer away from just employing a program and following on the program. I think it needs to be a bit more bespoke than that and kind of make it suit our environment and our families and our teachers, and make it really personal to our Loreto values, I guess, as well. So that I'm loving that ability to to read and discover and learn and experiment with the staff and the students and see the things that work well. And equally, there's some things that maybe haven't worked as well, so we leave them behind and move on with other things. And it's just a great exploration. Yeah, seeing people's eyes light up when they connect to something, and then it's just a great, very rewarding job.
Yeah. And the fact that you actually sounds like you have the autonomy and the creativity to experiment, explore the wellbeing initiatives, I guess that's perhaps give you a lot more energy and passion in doing what you do. Yeah,
that's right. If we're going through the self-determination theory ideas, it's well and truly right there. Yeah, and it's it has its moments where there's probably the days when the autonomy is removed a little bit that you feel a bit more frustrated, I guess. But in terms of what I'm teaching to the students, at least it's full autonomy, and we've got to. I now probably need to stop enjoying that and start to actually really funnel it into 1, 2, or 3 specific things and get a bit more direct.
Okay, yeah. All right. So when I talk about the strengths, tell us what is one of your top Clifton strengths then, Andrew?
I like them all, but the responsibility, I think, is probably one that I connect to well.
Okay.
Top 5.
Yeah. All right. So according to the definitions of Clifton strengths, people who are exceptionally talented in the responsibility strengths, they take psychological ownership of what they say they will do. They are also very much committed to stable values such as honesty and loyalty. So to what extent you see yourself showing up within that definition?
It's going to sound tacky, but when I read it, I go, I can see how that ends up in my top 5, because I think that's how a lot of people describe me, is that I'm honest and loyal. Still a big core of friends that I had since I've grown up as, a little boy in a country town.
Yeah.
And stay connected through that loyalty of friendship. And the same school I've been at for 12 years, I've always been about where I work is where I work. I'm loyal to that workplace, and I'll do what I can for them. I always say I bleed Loreto. So I've always had that strong sense of loyalty and honesty. I think I always get told. Sometimes maybe I'm too honest. I'm not sure, but you're not doubting what I'm saying. I guess I'm not trying to fluff things. It's just that's pretty much how I live. Be honest and look after those around you. Yeah,
that's great. You're a man of your words. I can see that.
That's it.
All right. So how do you see the responsibility strength actually showing up in your work then?
I find that I help a lot of other people. I guess when people are asking questions, I'll offer to help and be of that service to them. And once I commit to the idea of helping them, then I have to see that the whole way through. It's not a matter of just say, I'm going to help and then walk away and forget about it. It's kind of, no, I'm going to do that right now. That becomes my focus until that task is done. And even just in my role as in phys ed with all the carnivals I have to organise, they have to be detailed and clear, and I need to know that I could hand it on to somebody else and it would run smoothly because everything has been so well organised prior to that moment. And all the research has been done. I've considered every outcome that might happen. I'll always miss a couple, but when I read through the descriptor, it's quite scary how close it is to how I feel and how I plan and work. But on the flip side, I sometimes, as it says can happen, I probably overcommit to too many things. So then you spread a bit too thin, I guess. Especially with a young human in my life now, as well as my wife, you start to realise, okay, I have to scale back, and if there's genuine need, I'm going to be there in a second. But sometimes they might be better off discovering the path themselves. I have to try to just take a step back.
Yeah, the art of saying no without offending someone, right?
Yeah, that's right. So it's a huge challenge, and because you feel so loyal to everyone, it's difficult to do. So it is hard.
That's right. And I also like the way that you describe the responsibility strengths, that you are very focused. Once you say you can do something, you focus on the task, see it through until it's finished. And I guess that perhaps another way to describe that is someone who's really reliable or dependable as well.
I'd also like to think that that's how I'd be described if someone was checking up on my background or something. My colleagues would say he'll get the job done. It'll happen. You don't have to worry too much about that.
I can definitely vouch for that, especially when you say that you agreed to be interviewed despite some of the recent challenges in your life. You still get back to me and say that when can we do this, and we lock in the time for today. So once again, that is your responsibility, strength, shine in action.
Yeah, well, and I felt pretty bad when I got back to you a bit late about this morning, so I do apologise about that.
And the main thing is that we make it happen. You see, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, it's always going to work out.
That's good. All right. So maybe you can give us one example of how the responsibility strengths have helped you succeeded in the past at work.
Well, I think it helped me succeed in going from part-time to full-time at my current role, to be honest. So I was between 2 different schools for about 8 years.
Wow.
And
2
so,
schools for 8 years.
Yeah. So, and it was full-time, so Monday to Friday, and I just juggled between. So when it was carnival season, as I like to call it, it was mayhem because you try to do all this. So I like to think that through my colleagues seeing that responsibility and that loyalty and getting jobs done, that when I spoke about potentially leaving for a full-time job somewhere else, my principal took about 2 seconds to say, we can make you full-time here. We can make that work. And they were willing to find a way to make me stay, basically, which I think doesn't give you one specific task I've done, but I think it just shows you that there's that loyalty coming back as well. You kind of loyalty repays loyalty, right? And there's plenty of teachers that are told that, okay, well, enjoy, good luck, and we'll see you later. So, yeah.
I guess that, and regardless what people's view or opinion when it comes to loyalty, but I guess that, again, based on my very limited understanding on being a teacher, to be able to work in a school for a long time, that gives a lot of consistency for the school, for the colleagues, and for the kids as well. So I definitely see that as a great value add.
Yeah, I like to think so. Yeah. So.
Okay, yeah. So apart from seeing your responsibility strengths showing up at work, what about in other domains of your life? How has the responsibility strength showing up or play up in other areas of your life?
I probably see a bit of the shadow effect in my life, just through that, because I hold myself to higher regard in terms of that loyalty and honesty. You instinctively hold everybody else up to that same level.
Yes.
So, and it's not a big drama. I don't have a lot of arch enemies out there, but if someone isn't honest, I guess it marks pretty quickly. It's kind of like there's a trust that's lost straight away. Then you think, well, hang on, I've been 100% honest here, and I've only got 50% honesty back. That's you're not someone I'm going to spend any more time with. So I've probably find that shadow effect where you cut people off when they're not reciprocating your level, I guess. But and it's succeeded in having a great group of mates and friends that have grown up with for a long time and have stayed around, and that you're loyal to each other. You're good friends. You don't have to see each other every week, but you know when you catch up, that it's just like you did see each other every week. And
that's right.
So I think that's how I see it through my private life as well.
So you have formed, I guess, a very strong foundations in terms of making connection with other people as well by simply being reliable and dependable as well.
Yeah. And I think the honesty, really, people appreciate that. Not saying you're wearing a terrible coloured T-shirt, but just that, you're true to who you are. I think people really respond well to that.
That's right. I like what you say, you're true to who you are. And, if you notice that I sort of got distracted by the few seconds because that my son has been trying to get my attention, asked me for permission for a few things. So I was sort of gesturing, thumbs up, thumbs down to him. But now he's fine. He just got back from school as well.
Oh, yeah, because it's in the afternoon. Yeah.
Yes. That's right. Oh, good. Well, I guess that's all the time that we have for today. So once again, I really appreciate your time and your effort in sharing your responsibility strengths with all of us. And of course, for everyone else who's watching, once again, thank you for watching. My name is Dimas from Strength Optimizer. We're here to bring out the best in you through optimizing your strength. Thank you, everyone. Have an awesome day. Bye.